Good evening, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Arcane Indian podcast. This podcast will be in English because this is in response to a news piece on an English news channel, Times Now. Times Now has come up with this quote unquote explosive revelation that CAA is equivalent, or you can draw parallels between the CAA and the Lautenburg laws or the Lautenburg Amendment in the US. Now, the Lautenburg Amendment allows only a particular group of religious minorities into the US. Now, there might be similarities between the Lautenburg laws, or the Lautenburg Amendment rather, and the CAA. But what they are not telling you is that CAA is not the bone of contention today. The real problem with CAA is its combination with the NRC. Just understand this for a minute. The Home Minister of this country, during his election rallies, has continuously been telling us that the CAA will be followed by the NRC. Now, what is this NRC, and what has happened in Assam is why people are out on the streets. Very intelligent people are against this bill, such as Pawan Verma, Prashant Kishore. Why they are against it? In Assam, what has happened is the NRC exercise, which is the National Register of Citizens. This exercise was conducted and at a cost of around 1200 crores, and it happened as per the Assam Accord. Now, whoever was deemed to be a D voter or a doubtful voter, meaning that he or she could not prove that he is a citizen of India, or that he or she was present in India before 1971, they were put in detention centers for years. People have been put in detention centers for 9 years, and the condition in these detention centers is inhuman. That is what people are against. That is what people like me. I belong to the minority, the Sindhi community, who is being granted citizenship. Means my fellow Sindhis are being granted citizenship according to the CAA. Nobody on the street who is actually against the CAA is against giving citizenship to the minority. Everyone wants that persecuted minorities should get the citizenship. The problem, however, is with the NRC along with the CAA. So suppose, for example, now I'll give you the example of the Assam example. In Assam, suppose a Hindu and a Muslim, a poor Hindu, and this is going to affect poor people, because these are the people who are illiterate, unskilled workers who don't know what document is important, what document is not important, and they'll have to prove that their parents or they had their parents where they were born, or that the fact that they were present here before 50 years ago, since 1971. So this is the Assam example that I'm giving you. So a Hindu who can prove that he was in India before December 31st, 2014 will be granted citizenship, but a Muslim in his same place will be discriminated against and put in a detention center. That is the genuine concern that none of the ruling party people are addressing. It's blatant lies when they come and tell you that there has been no discussion on the NRC, because the Home Minister on multiple occasions has gone on various dioceses and has spoken very clearly about the road ahead. So this Times Now news revelation, quote unquote revelation, doesn't include the real concern that about the NRC. And then the host, Navika Kumar, goes on to ramble like, the lobby is against Modi ji, and this is a Lutyens ploy. This is a very sad statement on the state of the Indian media today, which cannot be bipartisan or neutral. The job of the media is not to take sides or defend a particular party, or discredit another party's concerns. For the past few days, they have constantly been trying to portray this image of the protesters as jihadis, urban Naxals, which is not the case. My friend is a cinematographer. He went to the protest. I had my exams. I am a Brahmin Hindu. I didn't go to the protest because I have my exam in a few days. But I would have gone myself if I had the time. So just be aware of this propaganda that is being fed to you on a daily basis. Stay aware, and always don't take news that is happening at 9 p.m. at face value, because it's a very sad state of affairs that the media in this country is sold out. They debate on issues that don't matter to the common man. They don't matter to you and me. They are just serving political parties. I hope that this message reaches the people who are actually brainwashed by all of this propaganda. The whole reason for making this podcast, or making this channel, is to make people aware of the propaganda that these news channels, mainstream news channels, you know who the usual suspects of these mainstream news channels are. Please be aware, and please make sure that you watch media channels or media content that show you relevant stuff, like questions on the economy, how the children in Kota actually lost their lives because of poor governance. These are questions that matter to us Indians. I hope I got my point across. I'll meet you in the next episode of the Arcane Indian podcast. Till then, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, like, and share it with as many people as you can. This is not something that I'm doing for money. It's just to make people aware. If you're listening to this podcast on platforms like Spotify, please follow the channel. I also have a blog that I'll be listing along with the Spotify podcast and the YouTube video. So we'll meet in the next episode. Till then, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.